Hello, welcome to the stream. So I went ahead and did a little bit off camera to make sure that I wasn't just going through tutorials and stuff and getting this right. Being kind of boring to start off. So start off, I'll go ahead and just show how I did this. I went ahead, I got this part correct, since it has the least amount of faces with polygons. It is able to move around and do all the deforming faster. So I went ahead and added a subdivision so that when it curves around the room, it has more to curve, so it's not as rigid. And then I added a simple deform to bend it with an empty that will be the center point of where that is going to be deforming from around. And then a separate empty for an array to rotate, to have it rotate around that array, or that empty for the array. Count it up to 5 for this situation. And then for the empty, for the simple deform empty, don't move that, and it must be separate from this empty, because otherwise you'll have when you rotate the empty, when it's associated with both, it'll mess it all up. And I was getting a little bit confused as to why it was messing up for me. So when you have this empty, the one for the array, you can rotate it like that, and you'll have each of the parts rotate around a little bit. There you go, just like that. And then additionally, for the array, within the array settings, you can also click, so you also have to select object offset and take away relative offset. It starts off with an X factor of 1, but make that 0 or uncheck it, and then add merge so that you'll clean up these edges here so it looks nicer. I'll still have to clean it up a little bit or something. I'm not sure exactly what I'll do to clean this up exactly, but we'll see. Let's see how the top looks though. Oops. Let's go to the solid view. See how that looks. Like doo-doo. So I'll fix that up. Something's going on with this, probably to do with the simple subdivision. So let's go ahead and just set that to 0. Yep, so it was that. There is something going on with that bottom right leg of this symbol. So maybe we can get that fixed. Doesn't look like it's messed up there, but it messes up once we start trying to stretch it. Or I start trying to stretch it. So let's see. Let's go ahead and turn off the maintenance so this needs to go right here. All of my round pieces selected. Let's go ahead and check. I'll go in into this and hide the main so that I can check out what is going on with these. See if I can clean it up or something and make it work properly. Are there some 5-sided faces and different stuff, or what's going on with it? It's probably to do with this, the fact that this is a many-sided face here. So I might be able to just get away with going ahead and triangulating the faces before I start. So I'll go ahead and save just in case it messes stuff up or crashes. So mesh, go to face, triangulate faces. So I'll make it so that that's all there. Turn that on. Let's see what goes on with that leg there. And it's still messed up. What is that? Maybe if I add another subdivision, or well, probably shouldn't have done that. Go down to the subdivision and just add a simple one, perhaps. Does it get rid of it? It does. There you go. Doesn't look the prettiest on the flat bits. Well, you have to be like pretty close to really notice it. Because it's, you can see right, let's try to make it as clear as possible. Right here, where my mouse is, you can see that there's some triangles there. I'm messing around. And down here. But you gotta be pretty close. And then it looks like it's doing that face thing that was happening yesterday. So I might have to... do this Alt N face to area again. That didn't work. Is it because nope, all the faces are pointing the correct direction? Looks like. So yeah. Those are all pointing correctly. There's a couple pointing back the wrong way. I don't believe that's a problem. Okay. All in all, it worked out pretty well. So let's go to this one right up here. Let's do it by case by case, maybe, for the subdivision modifier, because I don't want to have too many faces when I'm doing this. So I'll go to the main. Drop that down. Well, yeah. I'll get rid of that. There. Yeah, because when I add, it messes up this one. But when I take it away, it messes this one. So let's see if I can fix that. Going into this one. And adding a simple Yep. There we go. I think. Looks like it's doing the same thing, so that's perfect. That's good. When I hit apply, it'll be, well, one thing that I do want to fix. So you'll notice how the smaller one here is being stretched out pretty wide. I don't want it to be stretched out that far. So I'm going to try to lower the amount of stretch that's doing to it. It's probably in this angle here. Let's go ahead and just set it to a number. -5. Yeah. So, trying to rotate it. Let's try -10, see how far that stretches it. It's not too terrible. And we'll get more of a rotation. But we'll have to change this up. The amount of rotation that this is doing. Perhaps 11. Whoa. -11. And I might have to just have the center point be here, put it over here, lower the amount to 4. This over. Tap in. Rotate it. No, rotate like this. That's making it a little wonky. What am I doing? Oh, that's probably why. I rotated the wrong part. This is the control point right here. So to rotate this, and everything also go with it. Wait. No. I have to grab all of it. So, shift select down to the list. Go into tab. Yeah. Rotate. There. It's not working out properly. I don't know the way I could do this with math, but I didn't take trigonometry, which is probably what I'd use. Just gonna find, I guess that's that point. Can we just make this room a little bit bigger? Maybe. So, -5, and then rotate this back. Maybe we'll have to do that. Then I could add just add a light here or something to make that 6 so that it's not going too far. Maybe. No, I've gotta go a bit further anyway to make it all link up properly. Okay, and then let's turn off the merge. See how that goes. Because if it comes together well enough when it's not being merged, you know what I mean? Then we can just leave it unmerged and it will come together nicely. Let's look at a solid view. We can have the mesh overlap a little bit and it'll be okay. And then down here at the bottom, this will be a little bit of overlap, and we'll have the mesh flipped. So it'll be flipped flipped minus, then plus, then minus, or yeah, plus, then minus, plus, then minus. Interchanging till it works properly. Yeah. Ouch. Gotta just a little bit. I think that's looking really nice. It's not stretching too much, and inside the game, inside the original game here, it was stretching a little bit since it sticked to a little bit of using the same texture.
This wasn't such a good idea after all.
Didn't want to make the room too too many polygons. I'm not really sure why exactly they didn't just make one, maybe two more faces when rotating it, or when building out the circular ring. it would have made it look a little bit better. Of course, I never really noticed it anyway, so... Back. I also never noticed that the brick walls only had like 4 different variations. They did a good job of randomizing it enough that people wouldn't notice too much. And the floor only has 9 different variations, I think. I should be able to speed run this. This room really won't be too terribly hard to do. I mean, I did the same kind. I made the Full Metal Alchemist symbol in high school in AutoCAD using a bunch of the ray modifiers to trim different stuff. It was a lot of just angles. Which is kind of seems like what I'll have to use for that room. The circles. Oh, so they did actually scrunch it quite a bit. They added more than what was really necessary to get sewn. They did actually make this room really round. Unnecessarily scrunched it. That's really pointy. Maybe they wanted this to fit in properly, or what was their reason for that? In any case, it's not too bad. What I've got. I'll leave it the way I have it. And for this little corner that doesn't match up perfectly, I'll just add a little, I'll add like a lamp or some edge piece, some corner guard. So, we'll be fine. Then we're going to have this piece here. Let's see. It's not flat. It does have this different texture. So do I want to just add this texture as an overlap onto? Yeah. Are there other parts of the wall that I can just add that as a true false to have an extra mask, an extra texture layer? I mean, like this, well, all of the words I'm gonna have as an extra mesh that's just gonna float in there. Do a resonating thing. This wall has an extra part that's on top of the roof. I think I'll probably just make a separate mesh with this that sticks out and around. To only cut out that part possibly, or I'll just really stick out I'll just have to stick out quite a bit more. Okay. I think I'll have it aim right here for to the top part right here. So this sticks out a little bit, and so I'll have that part stick out just a little bit more than this, so that you don't see this part, but you see the rest. Okay, so I have another rounded bit for the modularity of this area. And the floor is going to have an extra mask associated with it to get these symbols. Summoner symbols. Or whatever they're called. I should probably find out what exactly they're called. The last thing I'm going to do is get these little canals on the sides built out. This final ring. And I'll be done with this upper part. I can move into the... I'd like to just play this out.
Hey!
Let's see
It's
how
gotten into you.
the floor disappears.
Hey, it's okay. Only summoners, apprentice summoners, and their guardians can enter here.
An elevator with some guardrails.
It's a tradition, very important.
So what about you?
Me? I'm a guardian.
A guardian?
Nope.
Whoa! Ah!
Summoners go on a pilgrimage to pray at every temple in Spira. Guardians protect them. The Guardian's in there now. One of them's got a short fuse, and who knows what the other's thinking.
He's gonna complicate things.
Now that we come this far,
With that
might as well go all the way.
What are you doing here? Didn't think we'd be able to handle it.
No, it's just... See, I told you she gets mad easy.
Is the summoner all right?
Who are you?
I'm guessing the way she has that, like, that specific response, like, who are you? Because she has a quick glance at him and sees Chepu.
I've done it. I have become a summoner.
Man, was I surprised. And here I was thinking summoners were all old geezers.
This part, I believe, is all pre-rendered, not actually 3D at all. Yeah, it's all pre-rendered. Just like the inside of the tents are pre-rendered. You have a lot of detail in this. Like these rooms, it would add, if they were to have each of the interiors of the buildings be separate meshes, it would add a lot to the disk size. They would not have been able to fit all of this on, like, if they would have done this on the PS3, they would definitely been able to do add these extra rooms, because they'd have the extra size of the Blu-ray disc and everything. And then the added I believe it was the RSX GPU. Yeah, or Emotion. No, Emotion Engine was PS2. I forget what it was called. I believe it was RSX. Yeah, this side is just the same thing, but but mirrored. So when I make this room, or one of the rooms, and I'll make it modular again. Let's see. That I'm trying to get an idea of how this room is made. It looks like these posts are right up next to the wall, almost, because you can see right down here where it joins. It doesn't look like there's much distance, but over here for these ones, there's a whole bunch of distance. So, and then the room is rounded as well. Go out over here, it has me. I'm looking at these little obstacles that they have on the map. It doesn't line up perfectly on the map, because when you go on this side of the obstacle, it doesn't go. But you can tell that they had this obstacle, that obstacle, for this one, and that, this one, and then these bottles, or sure, what were the bottles? I can't think of the different names right now. Got shelves and everything on this side, being symbolized by all of those barriers. So, yeah. And I can use Blender to make the pillows and whatnot. Yeah, this room will be really quite easy to do. Except for this this bit right here that's blocked off. Let's see if the other room has a completed, like the opposite side of this. That'd be kind of cool. I'm gonna do print screen of this. Let's make this tiny. I was testing out how a 4K monitor resolution would look on a 24-inch screen. I'm thinking about buying a 32-inch 4K monitor for doing my work on. I want to keep it at 100% resolution scale. But I don't know if that's going to be too small for my eyes. A retina calculator says that at 24 inches, it would become retina to where I wouldn't be able to discern individual pixels. And I'm sitting at about 24 inches away from my screen anyway, so I think I'll be okay. Alright, so is this exactly mirrored? Let's see. Did they take this and mirror the entire room? And then just add a couple things over top? That is a negative Ghost Rider. Wait. It is the same one, but I get the missing symbols. These three columns. I get these missing 3 columns if I look at both. So that's awesome. So I can go ahead and make this in Blender, or in GIMP, using all of the symbols that I got from the Ninja Ripper. Open up the directory and go to frame 0. All of these. So I got all of these, and it's gonna open up in GIMP, but I can maybe OBS reconnection. Is the stream okay? Seems like it. Yep, the stream's fine. Okay, so here I've got, oh, fancy, and then I've got a little snippet. and I can grab all of these different symbols here. You know, like this one right here is just a upside down one of this bottom one. And then this one. Yeah. It'll take me a little while to grab each individual one and then line them up on here properly. But I'll make a really nice high resolution tapestry. And yeah. Hey, only recently came across your work on this remake and wanted to say you're doing an amazing job. Thank you, Sam Price. Very much. Trying my best. Just using what they left. They did. So I've been watching a few videos from give me a second and I'll grab. They just made a video today. They get very detailed with their videos, and they're really great. Okay, here. Final Fantasy Union. So they just made this video.
The new Google Pixel 5a with 5G.
Yesterday.
Let you do this.
They just made this video yesterday, the history of Final Fantasy X, a retrospective review. And they were talking about the development process and how they created actually a lot more detail than what you see, and they had to scale back the entire project, which is pretty sad. I'm really hopeful that when Square Enix finally does their own remake, that they have all of the original assets for everything, because I think that would make the development process go so much faster. Unless they really decided to start completely from scratch. But I really don't think they should, personally, if they have all of the original assets. They could just increase the resolution of different things, make a couple different assets, little revisions here and there, and then call it good, and then extend out the world and add some extra locations. So I think that's what they should do. And then some added storyline, and possibly an alternate, maybe not an alternate ending, but alternate routes to the ending? I don't know. I actually found your channel as I was beginning my own attempt at a remake of in Unity over the past month. Oh, okay, cool. So definitely don't dock when you decide to go ahead and do that, if you decide to do that. And if you go to my Discord channel, if you go to my Discord server, you can grab the files that you'll need to get all of the original map files. It'll be named in files and what you will need in the .7 zip. And then you'll have to get your own Final Fantasy X. I'm kind of hopeful, actually, that I haven't looked into this, and I've been thinking about this for the last couple days. If I were to make this map right here, this the Cloister of Trials right here. Make this full screen. If I were to make this map right here with the higher resolution assets that I have right now, can I import that as a mod into Final Fantasy X? I'm hopeful that someone's watching that knows if they can do that. all the models and textures except for the maps. Okay, so you got the characters and their textures. Yeah, I was able to get the characters and the maps, but I wasn't able to get the textures. The .dds, right? Is that what the format is? Yeah, .dds files like weren't converting properly or something, and then they wouldn't open up into GIMP for me. So I had to use Ninja Ripper here. You pay $5, I think, and then you can get into their Patreon to get the version 2.03. I think they have 2.04 now. But you can also use their free version at first if you're just checking out, testing their original work. Yeah, if you can, let's see, if you can put them in the Final Fantasy X Remake discussion inside of the server, then that'd be cool, and then I'll just add it to what you need. So that'll help out other people as well. So I'll keep it as up to date as many tools as people need for Final Fantasy X, 10.2, and well, it works on 12 as well since they use the same engine. So you can work on, anybody can work on that modding. All right, let's go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and grab. Perfect. This is one of the walls. That's the floor. So I will copy. Open this in GIMP. It's okay. Don't open this in GIMP. I believe this might be actually the. Wow, I'm wondering about this. If this is the ceiling of that room. Yeah, I'll drop them in tomorrow. I should say that I'm a game dev by trade, so happy to provide any advice as well. Cool, awesome. Any work I would know? That you can speak about? Oh, there's some rules about what you can say, probably. I haven't worked on any projects myself, so I don't know. Let's see. Okay, I've got that up. Everything's flipped upside down whenever it loads into GIMP. Kind of annoying. Oh, cool. Currently on Assassin's Creed VR. Has that been announced? I don't want you to be talking about things that haven't been announced. I don't keep up with Assassin's Creed personally. Oh, okay, cool, yeah. I just YouTubed it. Apparently other people are talking about it, so cool. yeah, that'll be that'll be really interesting. Like, I would imagine it would be pretty disorienting to do the eagle jump off of a building. Like, I can see a lot of people falling over when that happens. Yeah, I could see a lot of people falling over. So I don't know how you guys how you're gonna do the eagle jump if you implement that into the game. That'd be pretty interesting. Alright, so well, let's go. I'll rotate it now. Rotate at 180. Yep. And this one doesn't matter. Let's add a folder and call it reference images. Wait, cancel. Let's see. Yes, it has. Don't worry. It was an Oculus showcase. I actually started an attempt by looking at Ryzen logic for the security system. Got a half decent bit of the code on code vision. That's my test to see. This game on the go. Wait, on the go? Wait. Code on the go? Is that what you mean? I'm guessing. Okay. Let's get this one. Okay. File. Where's the export? Export as. Probably going to be changing the name of these images at some point. Well, I should probably change them now before I put them in Blender. Personally, I like, well, I I've seen some really good gameplay from Unity, but from a like from just starting out, when I was using Unity, like it just felt, if at the time it was quite a few years ago. At the time, it just felt clunky, and it felt like it would take a little bit more to get a nice look to your models when it's inside of, like, I don't know, there was something off about the materials and stuff when it was inside of Unity, from what I could tell. But, like, almost over half the time that I look at a game, I can almost immediately tell if it was made inside of Unreal Engine. It just has this kind of look to it, and that look just, it looks really nice to me. So. Alright, cool. I've got all of those. I think this might be where they got... No, this is where they got all of those lines from. And then that one that extends out, I think this is where they got that from. The one line that stretches out for the destruction sphere. I think that's what this is used for. Which honestly, I'm surprised that this texture is loaded into memory, considering that I took a screenshot of this when I was over here and that room wasn't even actually activated and loaded yet. Like, I hadn't opened that door yet, I don't think. So, like, yeah, this was off camera. So, like, a lot more is actually loaded into memory earlier on. I guess they had enough RAM, because, like, yeah. So the amount of, I wonder how much memory this takes up. 82 megs. And that's everything that, like, all of the meshes and everything. And how much RAM did the PS2 have? Okay. PS2 RAM spec. It only had 32 megs of RAM. Maybe it takes up a different amount of RAM. Well, although I am playing a PC version with higher upres textures, so that's probably why. Probably didn't have as high of an amount. So take that in half, and then, or a little less than half. And that's the max amount of RAM you have for the PS2. So you're really pushing the PS2 to the max. Let's see, what were you saying? My thing, right? Yeah, for sure. I'll want to try matching. So I've got some capabilities. Yeah. baked, loaded into memory and baked in, so it reduces the load time. Well, this whole area right here is actually one asset, except for this room. No, everything is one asset. So this is all one level, actually. And then this, like the floor and everything, converts while it's there. No, this floor disappears while that shine, there was a shine that activates and is white, and then this bottom floor raises up immediately, pops into this spot, and then it seems like it disappeared and faded in, but it just really replaced this after it disappeared. Yeah. Probably. I'm gonna go with that. Okay. Well, that was fun. Let's go ahead and get this hidden. This hidden. This I will hide and come back to later. Let's do now. Circle. I found out they have 24 faces for that circle. Pretty quick, just by guessing. So is Unity what you use? Unity's not what was used for the Division, though. So did you just make assets for the Division 2? Because they use Snowdrop engine, don't they? Or Snow something? What engine do they use? Division 2. Yeah, Snowdrop. That's what I thought. Yeah. The Snowdrop engine looks really cool, and they one of their showcase videos showed weather simulation, and it was really cool to me, and I'm interested to know how in depth the Snowdrop engine does weather, because that's something I've been interested in. So my main job is I'm a weather forecaster for the Air Force, and ever since going through tech school, learning the basics of weather and everything, I've wanted to get more into the writing algorithms and code to make a weather model that would do weather procedurally based on where you have land versus water and how big that body of water is, or that land mass is, and then foliage and like cities and stuff like that. So these are test working with programmers and designers. Yeah. So, yeah, the dynamic and random weather is interesting to me. I wanted to make it so that it would like have, so the scale of the world that I'm doing for Final Fantasy is 25 kilometers by 25 kilometers. And I wanted to make it so that, like, well, in Mississippi, where our tech school is, widely known, so no secret there. There was always storms almost every single morning out across the sea, out into the Gulf. There were storms out there, and then they would subside, and then sea breeze would come in, and then we would, like, right about noon on the clock, like just like clockwork, we would have thunderstorms that happen over Biloxi in Mississippi, and then they would dissipate after like about an hour, maybe two, sometimes longer, depending on whether there was a stationary front over us and stuff like that. But yeah, I wanted to have it so that that kind of thing would happen based on whether it's daytime or nighttime, and have a sea breeze or land breeze happen that affects the foliage as well as the weather and the day-night cycle. Like, so all of that's combined together. So that's my plan for FFX, to have that kind of weather and in-depthness. Yeah, it'll be complicated, but I would like to only be working inside of Unreal Engine 5. I don't want to have to convert it over from 4.27 or 4.26. Well, 2.7 is, I forget if that's fully out yet, but I don't want to have to convert that over. So I don't want to have to convert everything over to UE5, and I want them to work out some of the kinks that are with the water simulation, because right now the water simulation is limited to only a 4K image size of a landscape, and it has to be at 000 in order to work. Well, you can't have the landmass too far away from 000. Otherwise, it won't work at all. It won't even render the water. So I was messing around with that for 2 days, 3 days. Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna get an image of a reference. Oh, I wanted to rename this real quick. Alright, so this is the let's open. Rename. Save closer trials. Lightroom? Yeah. Lightroom. Or, yeah. wall. And seal. I'm probably spelled seal. I before E, except after C, and within my name. And a lot of other circumstances. There's a weird bug, for sure. I think we'll need to hear before I give it a real go. I remember working this through before after it came out and it was buggy for a while. Yeah. One of the huge problems I'm having right now is that I can't delete. Let me know if you know how to. I can't delete a landscape entirely. Like, I can't right click it here. I'll load it up in the background real quick. Oh, importing these images. Oh, then I'll show you what I'm talking about specifically. Let's see. Those images. And what I'm working on is the wall. Right. How big do I want to have this? I want to have it 4 meters wide. There we go. Doesn't really work out perfect now, does it? Why is it doing that? Alright, so let's load it up. That's what I've got so far. Water looks pretty. Everything. But the problem that I'm having is inside the world outliner, I've got to put all of my landscapes that I want to delete. And this happens even when they're loaded. I just have them in a different data layer currently in a delete data layer so that they don't even get loaded to help with performance, because it does take a little bit of a performance hit when it's loaded in. But when I right click on it and go to edit, the delete, even when it's loaded in, is grayed out for some reason. I don't know if you know how to delete an entire landscape component or not. Can use the source meshes to determine how much I need, then just hit build and it makes the tiles I need the levels. Yeah, it's about the same way that Unreal Engine works as well. To incorporate a height map maker so I can pull the height from original files and apply it to my terrain tiles. And because it's not loaded into editor, that's a guess stuff. No, yeah, so right now it's unloaded, but when it is loaded, here, I'll load it. It doesn't take too long to get this one loaded in. And visible. Everything. So once it's all loaded in, make sure it's all there. All the landscape proxies. Everything is there. So for this, I cannot edit and delete. I can't delete an individual landscape component, which is what this is. And I can't delete the entire thing either. But I can go into here, go to manage, delete, and I'll get rid of this. And then I can delete, like, I've already deleted all of the components from these ones, but for example, I can delete each and every component from this area, and then it's all gone, but then it kind of still shows up and it's still there. I can't delete this entirely. Clear all reverse splines, collapse. So that's all the brushes though, right? The layer content will be completely cleared. Continue. Maybe. If this works, I'll be amazed. Seems like it's thinking about something, but maybe not. I guess not. Alright, well. No, I wasn't thinking still. So I can add a component, select, I can import an image, which I've exported this map, so that just in case I mess something up or I need to start from scratch or something, I've got all of this saved as an image. Yeah, and then I can make new from scratch. So yeah, the way that this works is you decide how many components you need, and then you say, okay, go ahead and render this. The same way that you were saying for the Unity that you were talking about. Going to incorporate height map, maker, okay, interesting. Engines. This would indicate the file is in use or restricted. Are the files or layers under version control? Version control. I don't know. I mean, it would be nice if when it's saved in the content, in the world outliner, like when it's saved to the file where it's saved, where everything's saved. Is it content? Forget. Is it? No. No. What's the content browser? So hold on. Sorry, bad habits version control is like the Git SVN or perforce when projects with NVC. The system protects the files from being. So I don't have perforce activated actually. I was going to use perforce if, but then I didn't have an extra computer that I could have as a full-time server, so that other people can work on the project. And then on top of that, at this point, I'm not allowed to, by Square Enix's Terms of Use, Section 8, I'm not allowed, like, if I do user-created content, it has to be my own content, and I have to have full rights of it myself. And then whatever I do make is automatically Square Enix's property. So, well, whenever they get a hold of it. So if I were to send this to Square Enix, it would then be theirs. Any of the videos that I make are kind of theirs. Well, are theirs. Because it has their IP associated with it. That makes sense. I think that's the way it works. I don't know. I'm really bad with legal stuff. So, you can run perforce locally on your machine. It can be run as the local server. That makes sense. Yeah, I was going to just have it on my machine, but then I was like, well, what if I don't know, I want to reformat my computer because it's not working properly. Then I completely messed up my perforce server, and now I have to completely redo that. So I wanted to just have a separate perforce server, so I don't mess that up. I only have to set up once. And then I'd like to write a SOP on how to set up the perforce server, so I set it up the same way every time if I have to reset it up. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, there's my problem with all that. I did not do anything, so I'm gonna go ahead and just close this and not save. And develops engineer now, so it's literally what I obtained for being mistaken is complete. Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, I'm not gonna get into to issues that happen with servers. I've got a little bit of stuff that happens in my day-to-day that, yeah, I get what you mean. Totally get what you mean. So. Alright, so. Oh, that maybe? No. So I'm wondering, it's not. So was the texture stretched? I need to go back in Final Fantasy. I'm gonna close this. And then reload it. Let's see. Okay. sadly, because it saves at when you enter a room, I have to redo this part. But I can go to 4 times speed for some of it.
Is something wrong?
The summoner
Does
hasn't
make for
returned
some
from the
fun
trial.
Instances
Eh?
of someone checking out
Well,
all
apprentice
20
summoner, really.
terabytes of source files.
There's a room in there
Unlocking
called the
them for
Cloister
all
of
users.
Trials.
What?
Beyond is where the
That
apprentice
would
summoner prays.
suck. Oh
If
my
the prayer
gosh.
is heard, the apprentice becomes a fully fledged summoner. Remember?
So
Yeah,
someone is
so,
in there
like,
somewhere and they haven't come
right
back out.
now-
Right, I got it.
I can
day's
totally
already
see
gone by.
how 20
Is it
terabytes of source
particularly
data
dangerous
would
in
pop.
there?
Oh, so I'm
Sometimes,
wondering.
yes.
Why don't you go in and
I really
help?
want this to happen
There's already
for-
guardians in there.
for like
Besides, it's forbidden.
development in general of
Hey, but what if something
games.
happens? What if the summoner dies?
What is your
Precepts
opinion?
must be obeyed.
This would
Like I
obviously
care.
be your personal opinion on this. So Unreal Engine, so Epic
Maybe.
Games owns
This wasn't such a good idea after
now
all.
owns what is it called? Megascans, owns Quixel, and all of those are super detailed. If Epic Games was able to partner with graphics card companies to create to engineer a graphics card to have an SSD or something like that that stores environment assets on the graphics card itself to be able to be called by anyone, like any developer that's trying to make a generic realistic environment, they can grab that from the SSD, and then each individual person that's downloading the game would no longer have to download those super common assets like palm trees or rocks or grass, like simple things that are overdone. You're recreating the wheel every time that you throw a new grass asset in there. So they just have a repository of environment assets. What do you think of that? Yes. Interesting, so I would not put much stock in that for a couple of reasons. Bear with me as I explain how. Yeah, I'm sure there's like legal reasons for it as well, and well, Epic want to get paid for all of their Quixel assets. Unless Epic is super nice about it, and that's being generous, and just be like, well, we just really like this this idea, and we'll go ahead and give it out to the whole community. Here you go. In short, the source raw assets are not what is loaded from game engine built games. The engine repacks them into binary packages and stamps those with header data that's different from the source. So are you saying that depending on the executable, depending on the engine, it accesses the assets that are packaged in a specific way? Maybe if there can be a standard, like basically everybody knows what for example, like all of these, like an OBJ, super extremely common. Everybody's heard of an OBJ. But of course, each of these file formats holds different amounts of data and holds the data in different ways. But if there was a way of standardizing making a standard data format that can be read by all engines once the game is packaged, then that would be pretty nifty, I think. So Brian makes up yeah. So the game logic would just have to target that asset on the card, on the graphics card, instead of targeting the asset on like within the game package. So it would just be targeting a different location, right? Say we need more universal tech like this. So there's game dev response to image like this. Yeah. So one of the things reinventing the wheel, when thinking about that, I'm also thinking about I guess I don't really need this one. So CryEngine by default has a huge ocean, and then they just slap a piece of landscape in the middle of that. But then Unreal Engine has a blank world, and then they put a landscape component into that, and then that landscape component is just floating there in nothing, and then you add something like water or something after that. So maybe there's a way to do it, to have it kind of between that. I don't know what exactly to do about to fix that. Alright, let's see if this is... Seems like this is kind of flat. Yeah, That's kind of annoying. Yeah, they flattened this whole thing. Well, jeez. How tall is this room? It is 3 meters tall. Alright, so I want it to be 3 meters tall. Perfect. So, let's do this. Okay, so thanks.
Yeah, game would then need to divert the draw calls from memory to an SSD past the asset hash, so it knows what to render. So, speaking of the SSD, like having the draw calls from an SSD, they are, so with the, what's it called for,
That Windows 11 is implementing now, or if it's Windows Direct, Windows Direct Storage. Is that what it's called? Isn't Windows Direct Storage the ability for the graphics card to pull straight from an SSD instead of having to load it into RAM? I don't know exactly how that's working, and if game engines are going to be able to immediately use that, because like with DirectX 12 has taken so long to get implemented, and like there's game engines still that are only using DirectX 10 or 11 type features because it works, and they're like, well, we're not going to change it until we absolutely have to, you know. I'm guessing. This is, yeah, so it's 4 meters by 4 meters by 3 meters. Perfect. We'll go ahead and hide this asset, and then I can go ahead and get to drawing. This is mirrored right down the center. So go ahead and add mesh. Just
I see a big issue with it though, is that given the frequency games load and unload assets in real time, will likely ruin an SSD in short order due to the number of read and write operations, even with small files. So, but I thought that SSDs have a decently long life with when it's just reading. It's when it gets to writing and deleting and writing that it runs into problems, which is why Windows has to detect that you have an SSD in your system, and then it will disable the disk defragmenter, because if you run disk defragmenter on an SSD, you'll basically destroy it. Which I have done before. I have ran disk defragmenter on an SSD before. That was years ago, and I didn't know that. I was like, all the files are fragmented, what's going on? Maybe this will make my SSD go faster. That was not the case. Don't do that. Oh my gosh. Making the decision of where these probably a quicker and easier way to do this. Too much right now. But I've been doing this for each of my things so far. And it's worked out pretty well. Actually, in fact, I remember that I used. Oh. Can't go any further back. Okay, so I'll delete both of those, and I'll add a subservice submission. Writing is more harmful, but in order for an engine to load data, it needs to free up a block of RAM whilst doing a read to cache. The next item to be loaded, so load it and free the previous block. It would be interesting to see how it works, but I would take it with a pinch of salt. It's a grain of salt as it were. Maybe if you used a dictionary or manifest for the assets to reduce the look of time and resources. So I would imagine instead of having the asset loaded in RAM, like the entire asset loaded in RAM, it would have the asset location loaded in RAM, and then a true false to have it fully loaded, like loaded into the game and visible. Something like that. I don't know. So that there. So in order to get this to be sharper, I have to have
This has to be 3. Best option would be to store the desired file paths in a database with the hash as the key to tell the engine image where the files are. Employ GPU code call to read the file and launch so it knows what to load. Let's tech now and see how it works. Yeah. So they haven't sent this stuff, direct storage information out to developers. So like, I would imagine, like, right when Windows 11 comes out, that they would want direct storage to immediately be being used, kind of like a launch event for a console, for example. Like, you want to have launch titles. Well, in this case, you want to have same launch titles for your product that you've been advertising for years. I don't know. It's a little crazy to me. Yeah, it's crazy for sure. Won't be surprised if there is a long list of launch titles for users who are going to be the poster kids of direct storage. I have a bad habit of making or playing with new tech anyway, so when it's out I will try and see what the SDK is like. Oh, speaking, I don't know if you're still there. My people dropped to 0. But this guy that I've been following for quite a few years, he's been working on his own game engine. It's called Wicked Game Engine. It looks pretty good. It looks really nice. And I would love to use it. I mean, it looks beautiful. But the problem that I have with it, he's been recently releasing videos on how to use
Also
the
provides live
interface.
online classes through video chat.
But
Okay, so I'm not.
it feels clunky to me, and there's not enough ability to change it to make better preferences. Like you can't change shortcut keys without going into the hard code of the engine, I don't think. So S2 game engine, what is S2? S2 game engine. S2. Curiosity, what does the editor look like? Looks interesting. It looks like that game at least. Really nice. You can buy it on Steam fairly cheap. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I've been using UE5 for quite a while. Well, UE in general for quite a while. And I really like the blueprints. I don't know if I'd like to relearn all that again. Well, I mean, it's mainly just learning the different name, some of the things they'll name differently and whatnot. So, whoops, for some reason to accept my shift command. Alright. Yeah, so... Oh, by the way, before you leave, it'd be cool. Did you join my Discord server at all? So I can talk to you again sometime. I really enjoy having these kind of talks with people. I don't get to have them enough because I don't. Like, the people I work with are either there's only one person that I can have these kind of talks with, and he is in the back office admin, and then in his personal time he's super busy on the scenes from what he said on all of his projects. So he does sound development for a few things. for a few professional projects that he's working on right now. I don't want to blast his name without his permission, so. Cool. Yeah. Cool. I can have these kind of conversations. The only other person, additionally, is my brother, but his job is in, let's make this 0. His job is in data management and web developing, security for web sites, for both mobile and he does a whole lot of stuff for this company, and every time he's talking about his job, I'm just like, whoa, just slow down. I don't know what you're talking about, like, right now. It's a bit much. Chill out. And, yeah. Yeah. So, I need to pull this away, because these dragons aren't attached. I can put this inside. Feel free to mention me anytime. Cool. It'll be a lot faster to talk to you if I'm not having to either type or read your typing, because if you haven't noticed, I'm decently slow at reading sometimes. Well, yeah, especially out loud. Maybe I should just grab all of that and actually just leave it where it was, and then I'll drag it over. Yes. Yeah, I'll grab it over later. Yeah, that'd be cool. Oh, how's it going with doing development? By the way, does feel free to just tell me that Ubisoft doesn't want you to say want you to answer this, but how's it going with development from home, or if you're having to do that still, and like, does Ubisoft provide you with a desktop and everything to work on, so that you're not having to come out of pocket to get a really beastly machine or something? and then the internet cost would be crazy. I know that it was really awesome when right at the first of everything, Cox actually made all of their data completely unlimited, and during that time I downloaded like 4 terabytes of of Megascan assets because, well, it was free. Well, right now I have unlimited anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Can't speak on a corporate level for projects, but my personal experience has been unimpacted. I can perform all of my developer duties when sending remotes. I had a work laptop and 2 machines in office, so I'm good. I'm in office again, have been since April. I can work from home on 60 megabits. What's my download? My download's 100, 150. Dang. Well, that's cool. Well, I would imagine you're probably remoting in to your work computers, maybe. Or using a VPN for security purposes. Right? I know that my brother got, like, his laptop's ridiculous. It has 128 or 250 gigs of RAM on it. I was like, geez. And he says he actually uses all of that RAM because he has to simulate a website on his laptop. I was like, geez, that's a bit much. Same, I have 120 gigs on. Yeah, awesome. I'm guessing it's a Dell, because I was looking around and I was like, what laptops come up if you put in 128 gigs? Well, mainly Dells. Do I want to? I feel like these two should be separate and layered. Keep going with this. Yep. I always a damn Dell. I'm guessing you don't like Dell. Don't feel bad. Although, to be honest, I need more resources I can spin up. Cool. Yeah, it's pretty it's pretty awesome what you can do nowadays with technology. Let's see. Actually, I should just paste this. So I have a sharp edge right now. Here we go. Cool. I have my gripes with it. Yeah. The only gripe, really, to me with Dell is just that it's just the price, honestly. That's it. I think the Dells are kind of overpriced in my opinion. It looked like it was missing. but I haven't, yeah, the Air Force has well, I won't get into what the Air Force uses or anything. I won't talk about that. Let's go right there. Is that a delete adversity? Overprice. So overprices, and they have a bad habit of putting products out of life within a year. Out of life within a year? Really? The only thing... Oh. Well... The only gripe that I have for, like, for example, their workstation desktops, is when they put, like, for their, like, corporate workstation desktops that they'll sell, they put a workstation graphics card that I guess is able to do a lot of desktops, but doesn't have a lot of video RAM. And then, like, it just it's higher priced, yet not as good as a gaming graphics card. But then, like, for example, with the Air Force, as soon as you go ahead and say that you want to buy a gaming graphics card, just because it has the word gaming in it, the upper management will automatically say, oh, no. Automatically no. Because you're wanting to buy a gaming graphics card specifically. And it's really, you're not trying to use it for gaming, it's because you need more video RAM. Like, the products that we're using use VRAM. We need more. Like, and in order to get more VRAM on a workstation card, it costs more. So we're trying to be as cost effective as possible. I don't know. Yeah, it's buying things through the government is one of my biggest gripes. So yeah. Let's put this over. They have this overlapping a bit more. There. And I can select this whole thing. Yeah, I want to extrude it and have it sized up into this, and then have all of this be a flat base. So extrude, size in, and it's gonna be. Actually, I have an idea. I want to do this. So I'll size it. I need about like that. And then I can hit Alt and select. Like that. And then I'll deselect what I don't want. I'm so late to the party again. Yeah, you are. Jeez. Welcome, though. Sounds like a jet engine once it's in use, though. Oh, wait, so I need to read up about grapes. Yeah, the one I use is an OOL now. I don't know, like out of life. Never seen the GPUs in the workstations. We use gaming ones, as you might expect. Well, I would maybe expect to see, I don't know, quadros. Like, because they have more VRAM, like before the 3090. In order to get 30 gigs of memory, you'd have to buy like an $8,000 or $9,000 graphics card, like $10,000 graphics card, and was a workstation card. And I don't know how much VRAM you need when you're working on your assets inside of like ZBrush or something, when you have billions of triangles in your sculpting and stuff. I haven't really used ZBrush or even really sculpted too much inside of Blender, but I can see it getting pretty high pretty quick. The one I have, where's the GPU workstation? The one I have has an NVIDIA Quadro, though, so no complaints. Sounds like a jet engine, yeah. Yeah, the type of the reference coolers on those are just crazy loud. I had a 4890 way back when. It was an XFX Black Edition. It was a reference with the single spinny single fan that pushes out the back. Yeah, it was loud. Dev team actually use gaming GPUs because it means that we dev on the hardware that's in the users' machines. We get direct experience to the limitations. Dev team actually uses gaming GPUs because it means oh yeah, okay. Well, I would imagine some of the projects, or at least like this project, for example, I plan on buying a 4000 series graphics card whenever that comes out, or even a 5000, depending on when the fabs in America get built. So that when I'm done, the frame rate and the RAM will be more widely used on a low end. So like for example, I have a 980 in mine, which is equivalent to a 1060 right now, basically. So if I buy a 4090 or whatever, 4080, then in two or 3 years, then that would be more along the lines of a standard mid-range graphics card, so that what I'm developing will then be able to be used. It would be played at like medium to high settings. So I need to move. Those are perfect. So I need to move everything except for those. So for the longest amount of time, I've wanted to work on a like persistent worlds. I think that would be super cool. Kind of like No Man's Sky or Star Citizen, but not starting that far into the world. Basically starting at the simplistic, like, okay, you're stuck on this world, and we'll go ahead and implement, like, basically the way No Man's Sky is doing it. They started off with simple, okay, here's your universe. There you go. Now we'll go ahead and add, what was their first update? Like freighters? I think freighters was their first update. And then their next update was like being able to see yourself, third person view. Lost my train of thought, or I stopped kind of talking. So my limitation on that has been the fact that I wanted it to be as realistic as possible, but the limitation on how many polygons you can have was the limiting factor, basically. And as soon as Unreal Engine 5 was announced and I saw it, I was like, my dreams have been answered, like, automatically. I was like, oh my gosh, finally. Exactly what I've been thinking and wanting for the longest time. It's finally happening. Yeah, right? Super Savior. Oh, by the way, Primorbius, if you're still here, Sam Price is a game developer. In case you wanted to join in on a conversation or anything. And then Sam Price, Primorbius, is some of his work is on his Instagram by his name. He's a tattoo artist. His pictures that he's posted on Instagram are pretty amazing. So there you go, introductions. I'm really bad at those, so sorry for taking so long remembering to do that. I want everybody to be able to, you know, type away. Yeah, no problem, priorities. You gotta notice really nice work when it's out there. It's sad that I really, like, I told my wife, I really hate wearing rings. So for the longest time, I didn't have a ring. The Air Force started doing a study, or a focus group, for everybody to wear a ring instead of, or for activity tracking purposes. And I was like, okay, well, and the focus group setting was like 2 months long or so, and they said after that you get to keep this $200, $300 ring that keeps track of your activity and allows you to know, how many calories you're burning and different stuff. And I was like, cool, awesome, let's do this. I've been wanting one of these kind of things for a while. So, jeez. I lost track of that. Oh yeah, so I don't like rings. I wanted to get. I told my wife, yeah, I'll go ahead and just get a tattoo so that eventually I'll have a ring, like it'll look like I have a ring, and I can not have to wear it, I don't have to feel it, because I hate feeling things like on my skin and stuff like that. So yeah, it's too bad I do not like needles also, so I have not done that yet. Right now I'm just wearing that the ring that the Air Force gave me as my wedding ring. I have a joke that says that I'm married to the Air Force. My wife doesn't like that joke. Been peeping the conversations a bit. It's a very fascinating subject, to say the least. Love the artwork. I get some Tool vibes from the work. What's Tool? This is pretty much. Interesting. Let's see what tool. Ah, trippy. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And yeah, I can definitely see that. Yeah, I can definitely see that. Honestly, when I first saw your images, I was like, wait, are you one of the guys I went to high school with? Because I was like, these look very familiar. Like the kind of style, just black and white drawings like that. What he was doing like monster concept art. Like, it was really cool. I remember his name. I should ask him if he's still writing, or if he's still drawing that type of stuff. I think I remember him. If I'm remembering the right person. Anyway, I should talk to him. Looks like you two are becoming friends. Sweet. Yeah, see his hand price. Wow. You have to be up in 6 hours? I'm guessing you're in a different time zone. Or you're on a different shift, I don't know. Yeah, UK, it's... Yeah. Alright, cool. Yeah. Have a good one. Sleep well. We'll have more time to talk when I'm on night shift, or yeah, when I'm on night shift. I'm up at the same time as you, basically. Sadly, I can't talk to you about art too much, but I can ask you how you're doing with the that project you were working on, the FFX mod you were working on. So, I mean, why? Now I'm wondering. Each of these areas. That was too many. Oh, whoops. I need to make sure I deselect or undo the extrude. So there's that section. Oh, whoops. Let's go. Circle select. Yeah, I'm still working on it. So far, I have Micah, Sid, Lucy, Kava, Donna, and Trommel done. Trommel. I'm not sure if they're finalized though. Before I post them, I may make more changes. I've taken a temporary break from it to make another video similar to the one I made for Orin. But this one is covering Seymour. Ah, okay. Yeah, that's a lot that you've gotten done pretty quick. It's nice. Alright. I will... you're more than welcome to... I did add a Final Fantasy X modding discussion. Oh, Name's Garden, you added the Final Fantasy X mesh extractor .zip. Perfect. So yeah, I added the Final Fantasy X modding discussion. So go ahead and add in that. Post in there your picture if you would like. Extrude. Don't want to do that. Jeez. Let's see how that looks on the front. It's not too terrible. I mean, I'd like it to be more solid along the. Let's see how it looks when it's a mesh shade. Fix this up. But it also doesn't look right because the normals are facing the wrong direction. There we go. Yeah, it looks okay. 3D, but not too 3D. I'll probably want to actually change that a little bit. I do want it to be actually that harsh. There. Center. I'm thinking I want to loop cut this a few times, just so it has a couple spots to link up with, so the triangles aren't crazy. Like it, if I were to have a triangle extend from here to here, clear across to here, it would be very stretched, and then the the shading of it would be messed up, especially considering this is a flat portion of it. Yeah, I've been having issues with that kind of stuff happen. But having little bits like this where it goes to a center point isn't too terrible. I had a problem with focusing when I stop and stare at my work a lot, so this would take like 3 times as long if I did it. Wait, what? Stop and stare at your work? Oh. If you posted your work, then you would stop and stare at it? Is that what you're meaning? I found myself doing that kind of thing at first. I would go back to my videos and I'd rewatch them and be like, or like, listen to them and I'd be like, did I say anything stupid? And now I'm just like, I probably did say something stupid, but such is life. And you end up saying something stupid at some point, so it'll be okay. Yeah, it'll be okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I find myself like sitting there like going, oh, that looks nice. Yeah, that looks nice. Yeah. Especially when I finish something, I'll sit there for a good minute and be like, good job me. That's alright. It's gonna have a texture on it anyway, as well. And I think I'd like to actually extend this out a little bit further. Especially since when it does the subdivision smoothing, it ends up, whoops, not that far. It ends up making it a little bit more shallow anyway. So yeah, that'll be a little bit more of a harsh look. And then this, it's behind the wireframe. This is behind this part, so I'll have this for sure sticking out more than this. Let's go ahead and endorphins where you can, yeah, right? Yeah, I gotta make myself feel good about something, feel accomplished in something, because, like, when it's such a long project, you're like, man, I'm not gonna see the end result of this for like a year or two. Yeah, you gotta take the little things. It's like that guy in Zombieland. Where's the Zombieland or Zombie Adventure? I forget what it is. Oh, crap. Now I'm curious. Zombieland. Yeah, Zombieland. His name 10 is Tallahassee. That's what it is. Woody Harrelson. Or Harrelson, sorry. Woody Harrelson. Tallahassee. Yeah, I enjoy it. Well, I guess it's Columbus. Jesse Eisenberg? I might have butchered that. But, he says, with his rules, gotta enjoy the little things. And the little things for him is those gosh darn Twinkies. Gotta enjoy those Twinkies. Start my drawings. Add detail to 1 square inch, then stare again, and repeat. That's for sure. These streams will be even more fascinating to look back on when you've reached the end of the road on it, I think. Yeah, even more so, like, when I get to the end and I'll look back at some of my first streams and I'll be like, man, I was stupid for doing it that way. I could have done it so much faster if I did it this other way that I figured out. Yeah. Yep. So, each of these sections, I will go ahead and make them into kind of circles. We'll go this. All of this. Up to there. Let's see how that looks. Oh, well, I guess I gotta... Probably best if I revolve this out before I make it a solid surface. The reason I'm deleting all of that is because if I don't, then when I try to select this way, I don't know how to do it. So Alt-click, it won't select the loop properly, and I won't be able to do this. Why? So I won't be able to do that. And I can real quickly just add this back. All the little things you're trying to figure out watching yourself dancing around a solution that now feels second nature. Right. Yup. Solution that feels second nature now. Or when I finally figure out how to delete landscapes. Like, oh, finally. I'll look back on myself. I'm like, you idiot. It's right there. So I did send a bug report to Epic, asking them if there's maybe a fix that I don't know about, or like a, I don't know, not fix, but a way to do it that I just don't know about. Something I also wonder about is if like how someone who has actually went to school for modeling would do this, would do different things. Considering, well, my experience with at least schooling with doing this is teaching myself how to use Blender in high school, and then using, did I use Maya? Or did I end up using Blender? No. What did I use? Yeah, I used Maya at my community college. And that was interesting, trying to use Blender for, or trying to use Maya for the first time, and especially on a Mac. I just don't like Macs. Whoa, need to extrude first. Whoops. I just don't like Macs. Personal preference. I'm sure they're great for content creation and everything. It's just not my cup of tea. Let's take this part. Extrude. Center. And then I can take this whole part right here. I don't like that. Yeah, that worked out. Yeah, it looks pretty nice. And now, Truth does this. Calculate the. Yep. Awesome. Mesh, shading, smooth. Boom. This is one of those moments. Oh yeah, that looks nice. Alright. So maybe I should, where did I have all these? There it is. Aw, yeah. I think I want to add these little bits. Actually, let's back out. Delete this one. This extra one. I got those two. This one, however, because it's the same on both sides. Let's go. Loop-de-loop. And that. Much easier to do on a really tiny one. Here's the good thing it's really tiny, otherwise that would have taken forever. Grab y-axis, pop it out. I don't think I'm gonna grab it out that far. We're just gonna do a little one. Really small. This was a good idea either. Extending it out that far. I'll just put it out that far. Because yeah, I think they're both sticking out the same amount. Alright, now on to the more complicated part. Well, it's more... So this is a corkscrew, which I can make pretty easily. I can use the one of the modifiers. This one. Screw here. I can use that for that part. And then this is just... This one's the same as that one. That one's the same as that one. So it's two different designs repeated over and over again around. So I'll have to create basically this section right here, and then this itty bitty section here, screw it all the way around. And then what makes it complicated is the fact that it's scrunched rather than being perfectly circular. So, but I can make a mod. I can use a modifier for that. And this is again basically right here. This section right here. Or well, basically right here is copied and repeated around. Let's cut it here. So I do this diamond. And then this is very clear. So a line right here. Cut it right there. Actually, easily enough, right here in the center. I can go ahead and just make it right here, and then make a full circle all the way around, back to here, to finalize it. Same with this. I can create this right here, right in the center, this right here, center, and circle it around, circle it around, and circle it around. Wow. Yeah, it's very clear that it's two different ones. Alright. So getting the plan together. That's what I'm doing now. Same thing with here. It's pretty crazy that, like, with the limitation of if they would have had it so that you can move the camera to any angle, it would have become very clear that they didn't have any bump maps. But since the camera angle was only from one angle, the everything being pre-baked was perfect. Like, it was wow. Like the creativity of them to make those decisions, to be able to make it still look amazing. Alright, copy right here. And I'll make it, I'll do quite a few different layers of this and then union it. Same with this. Same with that. I'll just make this actually. A whole bunch of layers. It'll look real nice when I'm done. And then when I put a stone texture onto it from Mega Stands, oh yeah. Truly, if you think about it, they almost use 3D environments as a more versatile version of their pre-renders. 3D environments as a more versatile version. Yeah, I know what you mean. Like the pre-renders that are in 7, 8, and 9, and then in parts of 7, parts of 10. Some of 10 has pre-rendered backgrounds, like the inside of some of the buildings. and then with 12, they were finally able to do that. Either probably through optimizations of their game engine to work with the emotion engine and everything with the PS2 better. Yeah. Right. Yes, exactly. And then the very highly detailed characters. And then yeah, 12 finally went a full 3D approach. One of the things with 12, I'm gonna get off here in a minute, but one of the things with 12 that I think is kind of funny is how they used LODs, levels of detail, and sometimes, or like the most obvious sign, most obvious spot that they used in LOD was on the main character Vaughn, or was it Vaughn? Yeah, Vaughn. The only reason I was iffy on that was when Vaughn's out saying I'm Bosch von Ronsenberg or whatever. I'm like, wait, you're not. Anyway. Yeah, so for his, specifically on his abs, you can see a clear difference between the two different textures that they used for close up and far away. And I was just like, wow. Because the shadowing of his abs is just like completely different. It's like almost inverted or something. I don't know. It's weird. It almost looks like a skeleton, honestly. But yeah, I don't know what they were doing with that. Honestly. We still did a really great job on the game, to be completely honest. Like, great game. I still haven't finished it, mainly because I was playing it. My brother and I had bought the game previously. My brother has the copy right now, and I just play it. I play it with the PCSX2 emulator. A couple months ago, I was playing it, and I ran into a bug, a glitch or something, and I cannot get on to the lift to go to the upper part of the city after you do some stuff with like walking around linking people up, like you're trying to get points from these noble people or something in order to go on the lift. It's like the currency of the town, of the city. Yeah, the chops. Yeah, I'm stuck there. I have no idea what's going on, why it's stuck. I feel like I'm gonna have to, like, I don't know. I have all of the chops. Like, I have like 30 or 40, I don't know, I have like the max amount of chops. I went around to every single person and nobody has anything left for me to get for them. And apparently you only needed like 10 chops in order to go on to it. Yeah. No idea. Yeah, oof. Exactly. Big oof. No idea. Man, this is gonna be really detailed. This whole wall is gonna be so cool. Honestly, I'd really like to just, well, I guess I could just make half of the wall and then mirror it. Well, that'll be way too apparent. Well, I could do it. I could mirror the wall using and use the UV editor, or the UV, like displace the UVs over a little bit here and there and stuff, and blend it to make it so that it doesn't look copied. Or use that extra. You could mirror and then shade it right. Well, I'm talking about trying to optimize it the best inside the engine, because so if I make this entire wall, and you can see that there's parts like this part right here is just copied over and over again, just like the same way as all of the other parts that I've been making. There's quite a few that are copied over and over again. And the best way to do this would be to just make it modular and just piece them together over and over again. Actually, it looks like it's layered. This little section here is copied and offset from this part right here, as I look at it more. And then there's an inner layer portion that is, yeah. So there's a few layers to this, which is honestly the way that I'm making it anyway, to make it with layers. Splotchy effects and is ambiguous. Yeah, so like the way that you make it so that a landscape doesn't look tiled is to just get rid of, is to have multiple layers of the texture that are placed on top of one another, or that are mixed with one another, so that you have that large amount of variation, and then it then starts looking less tiled. Well, it then doesn't look tiled at all, which is pretty cool. They tons of tutorials on that. Yeah, tons of tutorials on that though. Totally didn't. Well, some of these things I thought about but never actually did, and then I looked it up and someone had already done a tutorial on it, and I was like, oh cool, people have already thought about this. Anyway, I'm gonna get going. It's late, 7:30. Have a good night. I haven't talked to him there. Actually, what would be cool is I will go ahead, the next stream that I do, I'll try to use Discord, like, so I'll have you, if you want to get into Discord, into a channel, and then we can have a discussion on here, and then I don't have to look over to read all the time. I can just keep on working. That'd be nice. And then other people can hear the whole conversation going on, and it'll be more like a developer podcast. Yeah. It'll be fun. What do you think? Is that what you were saying? Sorry. You might have to copy and paste your text. I didn't see anything other than, well, this is what I see in the text. And now you can see how long how much of a delay there is. I switched over to live chat and it doesn't have it. That was weird. It just didn't take it. Wow, that delay. Yeah. Anyway, what did you say? Or what did you type? Or is it just getting rid of it every time? I guess you could just put it in Discord. Just put it in Discord. Yeah. You're in Discord, aren't you? Yeah, you are. Right there. So my plan is to try to, well, it'd be nice to have anybody who I'm having a continuous conversation with, like this, like with you or with Sam Price. I forgot his first name. So the conversation I was having with Sam Price, or that with you, then I can have a conversation with you over Discord, and then have your voice able to be heard on the stream, and then you can just mute the stream or something. Yeah, just mute the stream so that you don't hear that, hear yourself twice, stuff like that. I still want to have do the streams. It's just instead of having to look over and read the text all the time, it'd be better to just have the text. Just have a verbal conversation. Yeah. Did you get on Discord? I see your name in the server. It's just you're not on right now. I'm gonna go ahead and get off. I have Discord on my phone, so I'll message you if you get on there. Have a good night.